Hello friends, I am Arpit and I am here with today's analysis. Today is 2nd of March and we are going to cover three very important topics which are in news. India develops airstrips in Agaléga. It is basically an archipelago which is north of north of Mauritius, and it is basically a territory which is considered to be part of Mauritius. It becomes very important to extend our influence in the Indian Ocean region. Why? Because China is doing so. And to counter China's influence, we also need to increase our influence. China's string of pearls strategy is basically the main strategy which is at work over here in the Indian Ocean region. And we need to counter that if we need to sustain our operations in the region. This definitely will help. We will also equate this with the situation in Maldives. Then next is very short range air defense system. DRDO tested this very short range air defense system. It is portable. The range is 6 kilometers. We are now starting to manufacture it. We were dependent upon imports from countries like Russia and Israel for that. Like, from Russia S-400 Triumph, which is also an example of a portable missile, but the range was long, was imported. But this is basically, can be handled on the shoulder also, and it can be fired. It is a surface to air missile. So successful testing has been done of that. And the last topic for today will be juicejacking. Now just imagine you are there in a public space. It can be an airport, a mall, or any other public place where your phone's battery is dying. And you find a kiosk where multiple USBs are there. You go and you start charging your phone. It will be a sigh of relief for you, but you don't know whether your phone is being compromised or not. If in this situation your phone gets compromised, means some hackers gets into your phone's cyberspace and starts stealing information or data from your space or clones your phone, then that particular event is known as juicejacking. It is basically a cyber attack. So we need to take adequate measures to prevent us from juicejacking. And the first and foremost is, don't go for charging your phones at these public spaces. This has been the warning issued by RBI also. That is why this was in news. Now getting started with the first topic, that is India develops airstrip in Agaléga. On Thursday, basically February 29th, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Prime Minister Pravind Jugnauth of Mauritius jointly inaugurated an airstrip and a jetty that India has built on Agaléga. A two-island Mauritian dependency 1100 kilometers to the north of Port Louis. Port Louis happens to be the capital of Mauritius, and 2500 kilometers southwest of Malé. This is Maldives. Here the capital is Malé, southwest of Malé. This is. So we should see this particular development as, strengthening India-Mauritius relationship. But we should also connect it or link it with Maldives. Because our presence, this is India, our presence in Maldives is reducing due to that political party which is in power over there, which happens to be anti-India and pro-China. So we need to find certain other partners in the Indian Ocean region where we can present ourselves, or from where we can extend our influence. And we will have to do that. And Mauritius can be an answer to Maldives. So this is that Agaléga, and here is the airstrip which is being built. The south of Agaléga Island, this is north of Agaléga, these two islands, the airstrip where it has been built. The significance of this airstrip: India wants to extend its influence in the Indian Ocean region. This is one reason, but Why do we want to extend our influence in the Indian Ocean region? Now, we need to understand a few things. Countries nowadays, they are wanting to extend their influence in the oceans. Why? Because, you know, countries are getting more and more intertwined, interdependent on each other in terms of trade. And maximum trade passes through the oceans. Like China, which is the world's second largest economy, its maximum of international trade passes through the oceans. It does not fly or it does not go by a road, it goes via ships. Or its imports also come via ships, and similar is the case with India. And what if crucial components or crucial elements like oil, they are being imported? Like China's oil is imported. 9 of China's 10 largest oil suppliers, they are here in the Indian Ocean region, or their cargo passes through the Indian Ocean region. So China wants to safeguard its oil trade. Similarly, the situation with India is also there, that India also wants to safeguard its oil trade or energy trade. If China wants to attack us, it will definitely try to hijack our economy and definitely try to, cut the supplies of oil to us. And if oil is cut, then, things will be a problem. So everyone wants to extend its influence in the oceans, and we basically are following the footsteps of United States of America. United States of America has presence on more than 800 ports all across the world. Its naval presence is immense. We cannot match that, but yes, we can take inspiration from USA and at least extend our influence in that ocean, which is after all named after us. That is Indian Ocean. So this becomes inevitable as India aims to counter Chinese presence in the region. China pursues this policy of string of pearls. India intends to counter countries like Maldives, which at present pursues an anti-India stance. It will give rest to India bashing campaign. India bashing campaign, like in Maldives, there was this India out campaign, which was an anti-India campaign run by the people. In Mauritius, the India bashing campaign is being run. There also people feel that India is gaining a lot of presence in Mauritius. So, this India bashing campaign is there. Obviously, these kind of campaigns are supported and orchestrated by Chinese also, because they also want to reduce our influence in the Indian Ocean region. Now, India pursues two policies over here. First is SAGAR. SAGAR's full form is Security and Growth for All in the region. This region is Indian Ocean region. And wants to become a net security provider in the region. Now, we've told all the countries in the region that we are going to, be the net security provider. Don't be afraid by China's intentions, because China basically indulges in these kind of intentions, that it will lay you in debt traps, it will, increase its military presence in your or in the vicinity of your country. So don't be threatened. We are going to provide you with security. And second of all, we also want to ensure security and growth for everyone in this region, Indian Ocean region. So these are the two foreign policies which we are pursuing with respect to Indian Ocean region. Now, key features of this particular project, which is there in Mauritius. Following Prime Minister Modi's visit to Mauritius in March 2015, India signed a MOU for the improvement in sea and air transportation facilities at Agaléga. It will enhance connectivity, enhance a breather for, hence it will be a breather for people over there. It will enhance the capabilities of Mauritian defense forces in safeguarding the interest of the outer island, which we saw, which is somewhere around 1100 kilometers from Port Louis, north of Port Louis it is. So defense, connectivity, both of these will increase with development of that airstrip, and that airstrip has been attempted by Mauritian people as well to develop it, but they were unsuccessful in doing so. With the advent of Indian technology and Indian people, that airstrip has finally been constructed. Now, the Chinese presence in Indian Ocean region. We need to understand this in detail. Now, there are multiple reasons for China to be present in the Indian Ocean region, and China is present in the Indian Ocean region through various ways and means. Like, for example, one reason for China to be present in the Indian Ocean region is that China feels that India can block its trade. Now, let's go to the board and let's understand it in a better way, I would say. This is India. This is Maldives over here. This is Mauritius over here. This is Agaléga. This is Sri Lanka. This is over here Southeast Asia. And here we have a strait called as Strait of Malacca. And here we have China. This is Maldives. This is Mauritius. This is a rough map. The Chinese people feel that India has its Andaman and Nicobar Island over here. India's Andaman and Nicobar Island are in close proximity to the Strait of Malacca. The Strait of Malacca is a trade route which is the busiest in the world, and maximum trade of China passes through the Strait of Malacca. So Chinese people, they apprehend that Indian presence over here, because Andaman and Nicobar Island is part of India, in the vicinity of Strait of Malacca, India can choke China's trade. जैसे कि like India does not have any other job to do, but the Chinese feel this way. So Chinese say that if India does that, we will have to be prepared for that, and that is why China is surrounding India by increasing its presence on multiple ports. That strategy of China is called as string of pearls. String of pearls extends to Africa also, Djibouti in the Horn of Africa. So this is what string of pearls is of China. Pearls is equivalent to a port where Chinese presence is. It has surrounded India by multiple ports. India has also countered this. So why China has done that? Because China is afraid that India can choke its trade. Now China's oil trade, 9 out of 10 crude oil suppliers of China transit the Indian Ocean region. Indian Ocean is the main trading route between China and Europe. China is the only nation with an embassy in each of the 6 islands in the Indian Ocean. Sri Lanka, Maldives, Mauritius, Seychelles, Madagascar and Comoros. In all these 6 island nations, China has an embassy, and no other country has an embassy in all these 6 nations. None of the traditional players, the United States, UK, India or France, have embassies in all 6. But China has. Just see the Chinese presence. The reason behind Chinese presence is that India's presence should not be more. If India's presence increases, India can choke China's trade. This is what they feel. Then in 2017, China opened its first overseas military facility in the Indian Ocean in Djibouti on the Horn of Africa. So Djibouti is also considered to be part of string of pearls. So this is how China is pursuing its string of pearls by increasing its presence over there. Now, how does India see Indian Ocean region? We see that there is an urgency and importance of working with the countries in the Indian Ocean region, because if we do not, then the Chinese will have an advantage over us. The domestic politics of these nations often impact their behavior and policies towards India, just like Maldives' domestic politics has impacted India. The Jugnauth government in Mauritius has so far been able to manage the domestic criticism of India's presence better than the Soli government. See, as I told you that in Maldives, the India Out campaign had been running, due to which the existing government lost the elections, and Muizu government was formed. Muizu government was promoting India Out campaign a lot. Similar kind of campaign is going on in Mauritius also, that is called as India bashing campaign. But the Jugnauth government, who is the leader of Mauritius, is capable enough as of now to keep that campaign under control. Some good news for India, but you don't know in the times to come. These campaigns can gain momentum, and in Mauritius also an anti-India government can be established. So this is what we need to take care and manage the situation this way. Next is very short range air defense system. It is abbreviated as VSHROADS. DRDO successfully conducted 2 flight tests of very short range air defense systems missiles. About VSHROADS, VSHROADS we can call it. It is basically a 4th generation man portable air defense system. MANPAD it is called as, especially designed to counter low altitude aerial threats over short distances. These are short range, lightweight and portable surface to air missiles. It can be designed and developed indigenously. It has been designed and developed indigenously by DRDO's Research Center, Imarat, Hyderabad, in collaboration with other DRDO laboratories and Indian industry partners. So, private industries are also indulged in this. Features, first of all, let us see the range of this. Range of this missile is up to 6 kilometers it can go. It is designed to provide short range air defense capabilities. The missile incorporates many novel technologies including dual band IIR seeker, miniaturized reaction control system, integrated avionics, etc. It is propelled by a dual thrust solid motor, and the missile and its launcher were designed by DRDO to be portable, which is the key feature of this particular missile system. And now the last piece of news, that is juicejacking. Now the images say it all. This is basically a public kiosk in a public place where you go to charge your phones. You plug in the chargers like this and you never know you are being hacked. If this happens, then this is called as juicejacking. Your cyberspace will be compromised and anything can happen. Your bank accounts can go empty, your gallery can be exposed to the hackers, then your images or videos can be misused by them, because this is the era of artificial intelligence, deep fakes and all. So anything can happen. Now, what is juicejacking? It is a form of a cyber attack where a public USB charging port is tampered with and infected using hardware and software changes to steal data or install malware on devices connected to it. The attack is used by hackers to steal users' passwords, credit card information, address, and other sensitive data stored on the targeted device. This is all personal data. According to the Personal Data Protection Act, this is the definition. These all are included in personal data. This type of attack has been a growing concern, which incidents reported in various public spaces such as airports, hotels, and shopping centers. And RBI thus has issued warning to the people of India that you should avoid juicejacking. You should avoid charging your phones at public places, because you don't know, your phones can be hacked and you may be duped of your money. RBI emphasized the importance of protecting personal and financial data while using mobile devices. Where can these attacks happen? These attacks can happen in public places like airports, hotels and hostels, charging kiosks, wherever they are, coffee shops, train stations and such like. You may think that hackers only target places offering a free charge, but that is not always the case. Even the public charging stations that you are typically have to pay for may have malware installed. Even those public charging stations, there are certain public charging stations where you have to pay for and then you can charge your device. Those stations are also hacked, means those stations are also compromised, and when you charge your devices on those stations, when you plug in that USB, then it is believed that this will hack or this will compromise your device, your cyberspace. How to avoid it? It is very simple. Don't charge in public places. Avoid charging in public spaces. You should be so much vigilant that when you are exiting your house, battery should be there. If not, then you should carry a power bank with you. Likewise, so these steps can be taken. Then there can be thoughts in you, ki sir, Wireless charging kiosks, can it be possible? In wireless charging kiosks, per se it is not possible, but yes, it can be possible. There in wireless charging kiosks, NFC is one such feature, like Bluetooth, that should be enabled, and you, unless you give permission from your NFC, until then the data will not be shared. So virtually speaking, it cannot be shared, but yes, you never know from the wireless charging stations also. So be aware, use your space to charge your belongings, your devices. This is the one and only advice which I can give you guys to safeguard your cyberspace. And with this, we come to an end of today's session. I will be meeting you tomorrow now with more such informative news pieces. Till then, you guys very well know what to do. Keep studying, keep reading, keep writing, and most importantly, keep revising and keep watching the videos. Namaste. Jai Hind.